Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about critical path method, and I will discuss about the critical path method and how you can solve this type of problems that I have taken in this video. So here I have taken one questions. The questions, like in here you can see the activity. All right. So we have like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H is the activity, and for every activity we have the duration. For A activity we need 3 weeks to complete it. All right, so how I get this 3? So I get it from Gantt chart. All right, you can see 1, 2, and 3. All right, for the B activity it will take 4 weeks to complete. For C activity it will take 2 weeks. For D it will take 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 weeks. All right, in the same way you can list down all the duration for related activity. So when we will have the activity, we have the predecessor, we have the duration. Now it's time to draw a network diagrams. So how you can draw the network diagrams? So here I will show you how you can do it. So the first, for drawing the network diagram, you have to understand about the predecessor. All right, the predecessor, what does it mean by the predecessor? The predecessor is something that comes before another objects. All right, so in here I can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. We have the activity, and for each activity we have the predecessor except A, because A is the starting activity. So that means A doesn't have the previous, any activity that depends on A. So A is the starting activity, so that means it doesn't have any predecessor. For the B, so B will start when A will finish. All right, in the same way C will start when A will finish, and in the same way you can see the D activity will start when the B activity will finish. You can see here for the B activity. All right, so the B activity start from week 4th and it will finish on week 7th. So that's mean you can see the D is starting after finish the B. You can see after finish the B, our D will start. So in this case I think you already already got it, that what does it mean the predecessor. So I want to show you another one example to get the predecessor. All right, so here I have take 1 2 sorry 1 3 5 7 and 9. So this is a sequence number, right? So now in this case, so from like in here we have a sequence of number. So from here what I'm going to show you, that what does it mean actually the predecessor, right? So for 7th, all right, the previous number is 5, so 5 will be the predecessor. All right, so because I already mentioned you that a predecessor is something that comes before another object, all right, so when we will understand about the predecessor, now it's time to draw a network diagram, because for drawing a network diagram we need the activity. Already we have the activity, or then we have the predecessor, then we have the duration. All right, so when we will have all those elements, now it is easy to draw the network diagrams. So here I will show you how to draw the network diagrams. All right, you can see here. All right, okay, for activity A, so we can see for activity A, this is the starting activity, so that's why I take A, and A doesn't have any predecessor. But B activity will start and it will depends on the A activity. So B activity has predecessor, and which is A, and also for C activity you can see C also depends on A, so that's why I write B and C. All right, so now we can see for the D activity, For D activity, it has the predecessor, which is B. So the D will start when B will finish. So once B finish, then D will start. All right. In the same way, when our C will finish, then our E activity will start. You see, when C finish, then E start. So in the same case, F also depend on C. So that's why you see E and F both depend on C. That's mean E and F will start. E and F activity will start when the C activity will finish. You can see when C activity will finish, then E and F activity will start. In the same case, in this case, we can see for the G activity, the G activity depends on D and E activity. That's mean D and E are the predecessor for the Z activity. All right, so you see the Z activity depends on D activity and for the E activity. All right, for the H, so H activity has predecessor, and which is F. You can see F and also G. All right, so this is the way to draw the network diagrams, and it actually it we have to see the predecessor and also have the activity, so then we can easily draw the network diagrams. All right, so once we have the network diagram, so what I'm going to do, I will draw a box and there I will show you the calculations how you can calculate, which is called early start, early finish, let start, let finish. All right, so let me take another page. All right, so here I draw the box based on my network diagrams. So it's A. All right, it start A. All right, this is the A activity, this is the B activity, this is C activity, this is D activity, this is E activity, F activity, then we have Z activity, and also we have the last activity, which is H. All right, for now what I'm going to do, I will just take my duration dates for like every activity. All right, so for A activity we have 3 weeks, right? So I will take only 3 weeks. In the same way for the B activity, all right, it will be easy if I take this, sorry, take this one in here, then it will be easy for us to see. All right, you can see for the C activity we have the 2 weeks. All right, for the C we have 2 weeks, for D we have 5 weeks, for E we have 1 weeks, F 2 weeks, G 4 weeks, H 3 weeks. All right, so once we finish to draw the activity and name of the activity and the duration, so now it's time to do the calculation of ES, I mean the early start and early finish. All right, so early finish. So now what I'm going to do, for activity A, it started, early started 0, right? And the late finish will be 3. All right, then for the B activity, okay, B activity start when the A activity finish. So when the A activity is finishing, so A activity finished after 3 weeks, right? So then the B activity will start. All right, so for the B activity we have the 4 days, 4 weeks, right? So what I'm going to do, then 3 and 4 I'm going to add All right, this two number I will add. All right, and I will get the early finish. So my early finish will be 7 in the case of B activity. For the C activity, 3 plus 2 will be 5. In the same way, all right, when the D activity will start, when the B activity will finish. So when the B activity will finish, after the 7th weeks, right? So 7 plus 5 will be 12. Then for the F activity is depends on C activity. When the C activity will finish, then the F activity will start, and the same case for the E activity will start when the C activity will finish. So it will be 5 and also 5, because I'm just explaining it again. When you see the E activity and F activity will start when the C activity will finish. You see the C activity is finishing after 5th weeks, right? So I write the 5 and the 5. You can see, I think you get it. Then when the Z activity is starting, when the E activity is finishing, right? So 5 plus 1 will be 6, and 7 plus 1 is 12 already I write. All right, so the G activity will start when the G activity will start on, you see, when the D activity will finish. So when the D activity will finish, the D activity will finish on 12th weeks. So I write in here 12th, right? Then in a same way, so here the G activity will start from 12th. So in this case we have a one like the problems. All right, so when we are going to solve the forward, I mean the ES and EF, I mean the early start and early finish, so we have to take the highest number that will take to finish the activity. All right, in this case you can see for the G activity depends on E activity and D activity. All right, so when the 12th week and 6th week, we will take the highest number. Because why is that we will take the highest number? Because you see, for the 12 and 6, when this 12 week finish, then G activity will start. You can go to the Gantt chart and see, okay, so the G activity will start, all right, when the 12th weeks gone. All right, after 12th weeks Z activity will start. All right, so that's why I will take the highest number. All right, so what I'm going to do here, so 12 plus 4 will be 16. All right, so in the same case 5 plus 2 it will be 7. So what I'm going to do now, you see the H is depend on G activity and the F activity, but which is the highest number? The highest number is 16, so I will take the 16. All right, so what I'm going to do now, so 16 plus 3 will be 19. All right, so our forward calculations already done. So we already finished the calculations for early start and early finish. All right, so now I will show you how to do the backward pass to determine the project durations and the critical path. So here you can see for the backward pass, what I'm going to do, I just write the 19 here. All right, so 19 and 3 I will subtract, I will get 16. All right, then I will take 16 here and also 16 here, then 16 and 4 I will subtract, I will get 12 here. For this 16 and 2, if I subtract, what I get, I will get 14. And in this case, all right, so you can see if which number I will take here. So I will take in this case 12 and also 12. So 12 and 1, if I subtract, I will get 11. 12 and 5, if I subtract, I will get 7. All right, so now, like, which number I should take for in this case, you can see for the B, like, and for the C. All right, so you can see here we have the 11 and 14th. So for when we are going to solve the, like, forward pass, what we did, we take the highest number, right? But in backward pass it will be opposite, and we have to take the smallest number. So in this case the smallest number is 11. All right, so I take 11, because C, like E and F depend on C, right? So that's why I'm just taking the number between these two activity, 11 and 14. So 11 is the lowest number. When we are calculating the backward pass, we have to take the lowest number, so that's why I take the 11. So I take 11. So 11 and minus 2, if I subtract them, so what I'll get, I will get 9. All right, and then for in this case I have 7, and 7 and 4, if I subtract, I will get 3. So in this case also, like A, like B and C depends on A. So what numbers I can take? So we have the 3 and we have the 9. So when we are going to do backward pass, I will take the smallest number. The smallest number is 3, and 3 and 3, if I subtract, in this case you can see here, subtract 3 and 3, I will get 0. All right, so now I already finished the solutions, how like we can solve the forward and the backward pass. All right, so once we finish the forward and backward pass, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find out the critical path in this question. So how I can get the, like, the critical path, I will get the critical path. So you can see here, so I forget to draw the box. Okay, I want to show you. Early finish, early start, early finish, late start, late finish, late finish. A, D is the duration, A is the activity, or we can write A is the activity, D is the duration. Okay, so when we will see the late finish and the early finish and the late finish, the value equal. You can see here 3 and 3. So that's mean the early finish and the late finish values are equal. So what I'm going to do, 3 3, 7 7, 12 12, 16 and 16, 19 and 19. So all those activities I will identify as the critical path. So this is the critical path that I'm going to show. Sorry, no, not this one. All right, so this is actually the critical path of this network diagram, and this is the way that we can show the critical path. Thank you so much.